It is a beautiful 40-degree morning. Starting off with a little road walk. This is actually the trail. So I got that burger yesterday at that Brushy Mountain Outpost, like roadside diner. Hung around, didn't see any hikers for like 2 hours. So they suggested that I actually call the hostel Weary Feet. And again, I was already staying there tonight. So I am slack packing today. I use my pack, but it's basically empty. So since I cut yesterday 2 miles short, today is like an 18.5 mile day. But the hostel owner said that I'll fly through this. I looked on the map. It looks like I've got, maybe 2 climbs today, but they're like not too long, not too steep. So it's going to be a really good day. I'm super excited to go back to that hostel tonight. I absolutely love it. I love her. So I'm glad that I've got 2 nights there too. She cooks dinner and breakfast, so that is a huge treat too. And the servings, oh my gosh, I couldn't finish dinner or breakfast. She knows how to feed hikers. So I'm just in a much better mood today. So I did just come down that road walk, and it actually crosses the road. And see, you can kind of see that white blaze like right there. So I'm gonna cross the road and continue on. And there's that little AT sign right there that lets you know you're going the right way. And then that blue sign up there has a white blaze on it too. Well, there's blazes on both sides of the road, so I don't know what side of the road I should actually be on, but I figure I'm going the right direction, so whatever. That is a white blaze. Crossing over, I think this is Interstate 76. I met some section hikers maybe like 4 days ago, and they asked me when I got my trail legs. They're like, okay, you're 550 miles in, when did you get your trail legs? And I just laughed and I was like, I don't think I have. There's like the phrase trail legs, if you're not familiar with it. It's like when you're in shape and the trail gets easier, and they say when you get your trail legs, you'll just be flying. I don't know that I have my trail legs, but I will say I don't dread climbs as much as I used to. Like, I'm doing a 1.5 miles right now of a almost 11% grade, and I'm just not dreading it. I'm like, oh, I can do that. Okay, 30-40 minutes, I'll be done. Which is good. I'm glad, but I'm just kind of having this realization of, I wouldn't say that I have my trail legs, but days are getting faster and longer, doing more miles each day, doing it more easily. My body's not feeling as worn down. So all that to say, I definitely feel like I'm getting stronger as a hiker, but I don't think I would say I have my trail legs yet. "600 miles. I'm waiting for the shower to warm up, but I was slack packed today, so I didn't have the full weight of my pack, and the terrain was pretty friendly, but I did 19 miles in like well under 8 hours. I'm super proud of that. That's probably my second fastest day. So that's kind of cool to see my improvement in that area. I just woke up from my second morning here at Weary Feet Hostel, and this might be my favorite hostel yet. Julie Doolittle, the woman who owns it, Doolittle is her trail name, she said she wants your hostel stay to feel like you're at grandma's house, and it totally does. She makes an awesome dinner, big breakfast, And so it's just been really nice. I'm glad that I stayed here 2 nights, rather than 2 nights ago I would have been at a shelter by myself again. So I am heading out of here and concluding this little quiet, lonely few days, highlighted by this wonderful hostel and Julie's hospitality. I am leaving Weary Feet Hostel. That's the beautiful farmhouse behind me. I got a couple days of glamping here. Today I am only doing 16 miles and I'm just hostel hopping and going to Woods Hole Hostel for tonight. And then I've got another hostel the night after that. So this is what hikers call platinum blazing. So I'm spending a little bit more money than I normally would, but I've got a couple days coming up here. I think 5 days in a row. I'll be out in the woods between resupplies and showers and things. So I'm hostel hopping while I can. I also really like just experiencing each individual hostel. So I'll bring you along and show you the next 2. Today it's about 9 a.m. Julie at Weary Feet does an awesome breakfast. So getting a little bit later start because I had just a full belly and big breakfast. But I'm only doing 16 miles today. And hopefully there's some rain coming at like 5 p.m. So hoping to be done, probably should be done by the time the rain comes in today. Gonna sign this trail register. In my last video, I talked about how I haven't really been seeing any other northbound thru hikers. So 5 days ago, I was at a hostel and I was leaving, and the 4 northbound hikers there all were planning to do a 25-mile day, and I only did a 15-mile day. So all 4 that were at the hostel were 10 miles ahead of me. And then there wasn't really any camping in that area, so really the next group of people was 10 miles behind me in the town before. So in 5 days, I have seen 1 other northbound thru hiker. I saw him yesterday. He zoomed past me, and then we saw each other at a water source, and I was kind of chatting with him, and he was planning to do like a 33-mile day, so I will never see him again. But it's just so weird, this little like gap that I found myself in, which is kind of why I'm hostel hopping. You know, just to have some, I'm a very social person. As you probably know, I like to chat. So it's just better for my spirit, I think, that way. And so I'm really hoping that I see another northbound hiker tonight. There were 3 hikers at the hostel last night, but they were all southbound section hikers. So just this weird little gap I found myself in, but I'm kind of okay with it, only because I have to go to my brother's wedding in 2 weeks. I'm going to get off trail, fly to Texas, see my older brother marry a woman so far out of his league. She's amazing. And so I heard that there's a big bubble right behind me, and they are the start of the norovirus season, or, you know, the stomach bug season. So I'm really, really, really hoping and praying. And if you're a praying person, please join in with me, that noro stays behind me at least until after my brother's wedding. I need to be healthy for that. So I'm okay having a couple fewer people around me, but I do think someone I really like is catching up with me tomorrow. So if she does, you'll see her again. You've seen her before in my videos, and if you watch YouTube, you probably watch her videos too. So hopefully she'll catch up with me tomorrow. These white blazes look like somebody's pranking me. These do not look like real white blazes. These look like somebody came out with a can of spray paint and were like, haha, I'm gonna mess with the hikers and make them go the wrong way. In my hometown, we have rivers, but they've got mud bottoms, so they're not clear. So I will never get tired of seeing how clear these mountain streams are. Which I guess is good when they're your water source and you're drinking out of them. I do filter my water, but just so pretty. This is a green tunnel if I've ever seen one. I love rhododendron tunnels, especially when they're running right next to a creek. Can't be prettier. These little guys are so funny. They're all over the trail for the last like 300 miles. They kind of look like cacti, but they kind of look like corn cobs too. Kind of a cloudy day with some rain coming in. Virginia is just so green. I love it. It has definitely clouded over and the thunder has started rumbling and I've got 2.5 miles to go. I really don't want to get rained on. I'm going to the hostel, so it's fine. I'll dry out, take a hot shower, all that. But I'm gonna like speed race these next 2.5 miles to try not to get rained on. This is the second day in a row that I have found a jawbone. Is that a sign? So I just barely made it before the rain started. I was like checking into the hostel when it started. It's just sort of like a misty drizzle right now, but it cooled off fast. So I'm here at Woods Hole Hostel. So I was very surprised when I got here to Woods Hole Hostel. My dad called today and upgraded me from the bunkhouse to this safari cabin, or safari tent. So I am going to sleep again so well tonight, which is, I mean, probably one of my favorite things is getting a good night's sleep. And they also do a family style dinner and country breakfast here, so I will get to experience that. This place is so cool. The woman who owns it now is the granddaughter of the original owners, and they do an organic vegetable farm, family style meals. They have daily yoga when it doesn't get rained out like it was today because it's on their front yard. She's a massage therapist and a ceramicist. She throws hand-thrown pottery, so that's for sale, and you can use it to have your daily coffee here. This place actually makes me really think of my mother-in-law. I think she would love it here with the organic meals and just kind of artist feel. But I am so surprised by my dad. Also, showers 3 days in a row. It'll be 4 days tomorrow. Showers 4 days in a row. This is amazing. That dinner was amazing. It was like a southwestern bean and potato stew, roasted carrots and sweet potatoes, and a salad that they grew here on the property with apples and homemade croutons and a homemade dressing, and there was homemade bread, and then there were ginger cookies for dessert. It was so good. I had seconds of everything. And now I'm already in bed. It is like 8:30, and I'm sure you can hear the rain on the roof of this safari tent, and I'm under an electric blanket. I am getting so pampered on this little hostel hopping spree. but it is pouring. So I'm so thankful not to be in my tent and to have dry clothes and to be in a warm spot. So thankful. I've got a full belly. I'm warm and dry. There's not much more I could ask for. I just slept 10 hours straight. That was fantastic. I feel so much better. If I could live at one of the AT hostels, I think this would be the one. This is just so beautiful. I got a little gap in the rain, so I'll show you a little bit outside here in just a second, but I just went to the front porch and they put out coffee every morning, and they roast it here, and you drink it out of little mugs that she's made. I just love the feel and community, and gosh, all the food and coffee has been so good. I could definitely happily live in this little farm valley.
Standing tent, and when it rains, sounds like a drum.
So this is the original log cabin that started it all, American chestnut logs. And then that addition is the owner's addition. And she grows organic vegetables and greens here. There's a beautiful garden. And then this is the bunkhouse. It is also American chestnut logs that were found down in that valley and then relocated here. So really pretty bunkhouse, stays super warm. Now I didn't stay in here because my dad upgraded me, but this is the bunkhouse with the wood burning stove that really warms it up. Among his other trail magic, my dad got me a loaf of their homemade bread to pack out of Woods Hole, and I wish you guys could smell what this smells like. Forgot to show, when I was showing the bunkhouse earlier, that little white tent behind it up on the hill, that is the safari tent that I stayed in last night. A little solo room with a queen size bed. And then I wish it wasn't so foggy. Back in that fog, there's a beautiful valley sunrise view. Goodbye, Woods Hole. Getting back on trail on this misty, foggy day. It rained so much last night. I've got the actual stream to my left, but there's definitely a stream to my right too. It's coming all the way down. It poured last night. I am so grateful that I was at Woods Hole and not in my tent or shelter. I mean, it poured last night. I am on the Misty Trail this morning. I'm only doing 12 miles. Part of that is because I've got a string of long days to come. And so I was kind of taking like a half day today. But also because it's supposed to rain all day, just a shorter day in the rain sounded great. And it's continuing my little string of hostel hopping as I go to Angel's Rest hostel, which is just 12 miles up from Woods Hole. So probably, messed that word up, probably will not video as much today. It's super rocky right here, so I'm paying attention to where I'm going and not looking at the camera. Probably won't film too much today just because it is supposed to rain, but if I happen to get a view through the fog or a really cool section trail, of course I will show y'all. I was just hiking along the trail and found a pair of shoes. It's a pair of just foam Nike slide sandals, and I know exactly who they belong to. And I know that he is going from the hostel I was just at to the hostel I'm going to. So they're back in my phone pocket. And I'm happy that I can reunite him with his camp shoes. I'm sure they were like tied to the back of his pack. A lot of people will do that with their Crocs, their camp shoes. And I'm sure the carabiner came off or something came untied. So I'm so happy that I know exactly who they belong to, and I know where he's heading. Doc Stomp Shelter has a front porch on it that you can sit at and a spring right below it. It actually looked like a really great shelter. And the sign is just so cool. This is not a water source. This is the trail. Ugh. This is how much rain we got last night. This is the trail. I am standing kind of on the edge, which I know you're not supposed to do, but look how deep it is. I mean, that's 4 inches deep. That would be up over my ankles. And it's coming down that hill. This is the trail. You can kind of see the valley below, but not really. Oh my gosh. Oh, the fog even lifted a little bit. This is amazing. I might climb up on this rock and show you that. Oh, I did just find this guy on this rock. All right. Stunning. These rock formations are super cool too. That's the trail. The blue blaze black. I can't talk. Blue blaze back to the trail. Y'all, I don't know what it is about today. Probably because I slept well and my dad spoiled me, but I'm just in such a good mood today. I was hiking along, came up to this little brook. Look how green everything is. Like, I'm just really happy to be here. Today's a good day. I keep laughing on this section of trail. I don't know if you see this turn here and that turn down there. The maintainers, I don't know what they're thinking. There's not really turns. And then that means turn left, but I'm clearly turning right. Everything is so green. It's so funny to me when you come out of the woods and it's just fields and a road. So this road finishes my hike for the day. Just the 12 miles or so to Pearisburg, so that's where I am now. Angel's Rest Hiker Haven is about to pick me up, and that's where I am tonight, and that will conclude my little hostel hopping trio. So I'll share some stuff from there. It is about to pour. There is thunder and it has started to sprinkle, so I had great timing, super thankful for that. I'm waiting for the hostel shuttle to come back around, but I am covered by this little roof and I'm just watching it rain, and it smells like rain. It really feels like spring is finally here, even though we've got some cooler temps coming and we definitely have rain coming this week. I'm just so grateful for the warmer weather, for the greenery, even for the rain. since this is the end of my hostel hopping spree, I had to do all of my chores. So I did laundry, took a shower, did a resupply at a Walmart. It's been a minute since I've been to a Walmart. Some of the towns have been smaller towns, and I've been resupplying at like local stores or Dollar Generals. So I got to go to Walmart, had dinner here at the hostel in the common room. People were just watching movies because it was raining, so kind of a chill vibe. Here at Angel's Rest, and it is still raining. About to go to sleep, but it takes me a little bit to get these videos. I delay them on purpose, and so it takes me a little bit to get them online. If you ever want a more real-time, still slightly delayed, but more updated view of where I am and what I'm doing, keep in mind my Instagram is always down below, and I post stories and almost post daily, so that's there too. Plot twist. It is almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and when I woke up around 6:30 this morning, I just have this strong headache over here, and I think it's just from not drinking enough water probably. The last few days have been kind of cool, and my water intake has been down. So I decided to stay another night here at Angel's Rest. I'm not gonna zero. I am gonna hike today. I'm gonna do 22 miles. They're gonna drop me off. I'm gonna slack back the 22 miles. When I'm at home and I get one of these headaches, I don't do anything for the day, but I think the fresh air will help, and I'll come back here and get another good night's sleep. It's gonna rain starting at like 8 p.m. tonight until noon tomorrow, so it'll be good to be out of the rain too. So plot twist, my hostel hopping isn't over. I'm sure this was only exaggerated by the fact that I already had a headache, but I got super motion sick on the shuttle up to this trailhead. So just not feeling great today, but I'm still gonna do 22 miles back to Angel's Rest Hiker Haven Hostel. And luckily it's, the clouds haven't really cleared up. And so it's a nice cool day. So that cool fresh air is helping me a little bit. I am not feeling great this morning. Just don't feel good. Definitely hiking in a cloud today. I completely forgot that this section of trail has feral goats until I can smell them. Well, I can smell their poop. And I just came across them. And I'm totally okay if I don't see any. I'm like kind of afraid of goats. Not like afraid, but like I don't really like them. They used to like eat my hair when I would go to the zoo as a kid. And so I'm okay if I don't run into any, but I'm definitely in their area. My health, my health and mood have kind of mirrored the weather this morning. I did throw up just one time. It's the first time since I've gotten on trail. I think it's just from dehydration, and then I got car sick, and then right out of the car I had a 3-mile climb. So after that I felt a lot better. My head still hurts, but I think that that's just because I haven't been drinking enough water. So I'm making a really conscious effort to drink more water today. I have a body armor, I have a Gatorade, so trying to get all that down and keep it down. But I'm feeling not 100%, but a lot better. And the weather cleared up. It's nice and sunny now. It's still gonna rain later today, but I'm thankful to have some blue skies. Nothing too special about the section of trail that I've had so far today, besides the goat poop. Packing out wraps from town days might be my new favorite thing. Ready for this view? So some hikers in the other direction told me the goats are out and I'm very close to them. So fingers crossed. One was like, oh, if anything, they'll headbutt you and bite you. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm afraid of. There they are. They're down in that valley though, so I think I'm past them. So right now I am at mile 647. And this is a little fun fact that, I haven't heard many people talking about, but I am currently in West Virginia. The AT kind of walks along the ridge line. That's the state line between Virginia and West Virginia for about 10 miles. And during parts of it, the AT is actually in West Virginia, even though we won't qualify to have reached West Virginia for hundreds of more miles, like 300 more miles. So kind of a fun fact, I am actually in my 5th state, however briefly. If you didn't know that, now you do. So over there is Pearisburg, Virginia, where I'm walking back to. And down there is Peterstown, West Virginia. And there's the trail. It's a better shot of West Virginia. There's a whole little patch of wild strawberries here. I just looked at my watch and realized that today is my 50th day on the Appalachian Trail. I will end my day at mile 637, 20 miles north of Pearisburg, Virginia. I've taken 7 zeros and 1 Nero. And even with those factored in, I have averaged a little bit over a half marathon, 13.1 or 13.2, around there each day. So my actual hiking days are even higher, but that's funny because they always say 13 miles is what you need to average to finish in 6 months, but my days are definitely getting longer. Oh, I thought that was a person behind me. The rain wasn't forecasted until like midnight tonight, and now it's gonna come in 1 hour. And I've got 2.2 miles to go, so I think I can just beat it. I'm always so curious how city planning meetings went, trying to get like this established as the Appalachian Trail. How do we get hikers from point A to point B without them being hit by a car? And back into the woods. I wanted to make it back here to the end of my hike by 6, and it is 6 o'clock on the dot, and it is not raining yet. That is a successful day hike. You may have heard of taking other beverages into the shower with you, but I'm going to have a shower Gatorade. I just woke up about 7:30 here at Angel's Rest Hiker Haven Hostel, and I'm all packed up. I was letting my phone charge just a little bit more while I drink my coffee, because I slack packed yesterday. Back here, I have to wait for a ride back up to that Peters Mountain trailhead. So now I'm just kind of hanging around until that shuttle leaves here in just a few minutes. I slept very well last night, so I'm hoping that helps with today's 19 miles, climb 3 mountains in the rain.